evening, all the fantastic viewers out there, and welcome to House and Home. I'm so glad to have your company. Now, during the weekend, I had a great time at the Port Moresby Nature Park. There was a lot going on, so much fun out there. And just as much as I've enjoyed my weekend, I hope you all did too. Now we have a great lineup for you tonight. We have another delicious cooking by Chef Jack, followed by Brian Bill showcasing more surprises, more Mother's Day surprises. And we have lots more DIYs. So without further ado, let's take a look at cooking with Chef Jack as he prepares a sweet and spicy beef kebab. Okay. Enjoy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Jack. Tonight I'll be showing you how to prepare and cook sweet and spicy beef kebabs. This recipe is great for outdoor barbecues and cocktail parties. So let's start by introducing our ingredients for this recipe. We have here 500 grams of blade steak, 3 cloves of garlic. We have a quarter cup of soy sauce, a teaspoon of Tabasco sauce, red wine vinegar, and a quarter cup of brown sugar. We also have onions, capsicum red and yellow to go on our kebabs. But before we start, let's soak our skewers in warm water. What the warm water does, it easily gets absorbed into the skewer and it prevents it from burning when it's on the grill. So we're gonna put the skewers and let them soak in the warm water. Now let's start with our beef. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the beef in cubes to thread onto our skewers. Make sure you cut them evenly. Don't cut them too big. Beef is a very strong meat, so it doesn't cook. You can also use other meat apart from blade. You can use rump or any other meat you prefer for your kebab. It's a nice fatty piece here. Adds flavor to the kebab. Make sure the cubes are even, so when it's skewered, it cooks evenly. Okay, that's about done. Let's put the meat here on this bowl. Okay, now we're gonna start to make our marinade for the beef. Start off with our soy sauce. And for our Tabasco sauce, it's the one that adds the spiciness to the marinade. Red wine vinegar because you're using red meat. For cooking chicken or chicken kebabs, you can use white wine vinegar. And the brown sugar to add the sweetness to the marinade. I'm gonna use my whisk to give it a nice mix. Make sure all the brown sugar dissolves into the marinade. This should be enough. Now let's add in our beef. So now we're gonna massage the meat, the marinade into the meat. Let it soak in there and let it absorb all the marinade. So let it sit there for at least like 30 minutes and let's start chopping up our vegetables. So before we go into preparing our vegetables for the kebabs, let's throw in our garlic. Give it a nice massage again, like we did with the marinade earlier. So let's do a bit of cleaning up. Let's remove all the stuff we've used already. Now let's cut our vegetables. Since they're kind of small, cut the top, tail, pull it down. You can also add other vegetables if you prefer putting carrots or any other bean or any vegetable. It depends on your own liking or whatever vegetable you feel comfortable having on your kebab. And this is our last capsicum. Put them together. Get rid of all the rubbish first, the leftover pieces. Put them in the bin near you. Put it in the bin, and now let's go on to our onions. When cutting your onion, make sure not to cut all the way down on the root part. This is where all the stuff that makes you teary. So don't cut all the way down. Just throw this in the bin. Start with our onions, cut them in half. So now we're going to cut our capsicums into little squares. Make sure they are even sized as the onion. Cut this one in half. Yeah, so I normally make kebabs, especially when I get together with my friends. Most times during family barbecues and stuff. I'm mostly the one who's been always asked to cook and prepare the barbecue and everything, cook all the food. So it's like quite an easy recipe you can make. So we're done with our vegetables for our kebab, so let's start shredding them. Our beef is ready. It's been in the marinade for a while. Our skewers have been soaking in warm water. So let's start by shredding them. So it depends on whichever way you want to start. You want to start with the vegetables first or the meat first, it's all up to you. It's your kebab, it's your choice. What I want to do, I want to start with the meat first. Why I want to start with the meat first? Because the meat, it's bigger. And make sure when you're shredding, hold the meat in between your fingers like this and slowly just push it through like this. Because if you end up holding it, you might end up poking your fingers. So I want to start with the meat first, and then I want to start shredding the capsicums one by one. So I want to start with the yellow, the red, and some onion. Make sure to uniform it. You go meat, yellow, red capsicum, onion. So let's go meat, yellow capsicum, red, and some onions. And then repeat, same style, same way. And then when I go meat, get a nice even size. And the onion. So that's how it should look like. We're gonna get it, put a plate here, and just place it on the side and continue with our shredding of the kebab. So let's go meat first. Yellow. So before we put our kebabs on the grill, let's do some cleaning up. So our grill is nice and hot. And we're gonna use this leftover marinade to baste the kebabs while they're grilling on the grill. Let's put this away. So our grill is smoking hot. It's time to put our kebabs on the grill. Before we start putting them on the grill, I want to brush some oil onto them so they cook nicely when they're on the grill. Let's brush them one by one, stick them on top. You can hear that sizzling now. That shows how hot the grill is, and that's what you want. Splash some oil onto it. And tend them occasionally so they cook evenly. We cook them for 8 to 10 minutes, or you can cook them to 5. You can have it rare, or 7 minutes medium rare, or 10 minutes well done. Depends on how you like your meat cooked. So what I'm actually using here is a grill plate from the barbecue guest grill at home. Didn't have one, so I improvised. So what I want to do, I'm just going to add a bit of oil. Just a dab of oil on top. Really get it kind of dry. So since our heat is all in the middle, I start moving the ones from the side to the middle and the ones from the side to the end. So they have the fair amount of heat to cook evenly. So if you want them well done, you leave them on the grill occasionally for at least 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. We have here the leftover marinade. That's to baste the kebabs once they're almost done. Don't baste the kebabs when they are starting to cook. But the heat burns up all the flavor and there's nothing left. So what you do, when it's almost cooked, last 2 minutes, start basting the kebabs. If you don't have even heat or have one burner underneath, move the kebabs around. Like we have this one in the middle that's cooking, so put it to the side and bring the one from the side to the middle. You can already smell the sweetness and the spiciness going through your nose, making your eyes watering. It's two different things happening at the same time. So now our sweet and spicy beef kebabs are ready. It's time to plate them up. Let's plate here. Let's go. Come on. And there you have it. 10 sweet and spicy beef kebabs. Great for barbecues, great for cocktail parties, or great for outdoor cooking. Hope you learned a thing or two tonight cooking with Jack. See you next time.
And there you have it. That was Chef Jack preparing the sweet and spicy beef kebab, a simple recipe that you can try at home and enjoy with your family. Now we will head on to a quick breather. When we come back, we have Leon taking us through more Bryanville specials for Mother's Day. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now this week on Bryanville, we have for you more Mother's Day specials, and one of them is the Singer sewing machines. Well, I have one at home and I've been using that for almost 7 years now, and the fact that the durability is amazing. Now let's see what Leon has to show us.
Welcome to another Shopping with Bryanville segment, the show that gives you some great insight to the products that live here at our home center showroom. I'm Leon Gawi, your host. So if you've been into our home centers recently, you would have seen that it's covered with pink banners, pink posters, and pink gift guides. That's to symbolize that Mother's Day is coming up and we are gearing up for it here at Bryanville. So if you pick up one of these pink gift guides, you can see some great products in there, one being Singer sewing machines. So in this segment, I'm going to show you some of the Singer sewing machines you can find in this pink gift guides that I know Mom would absolutely love. So let's go take a look. This gift guide is your go-to reference to finding mom that perfect gift from Brian Bell, because there are some great products that mom would absolutely love to get for Mother's Day in this gift guide. One such being a Singer sewing machine from the range of sewing machines we have available in Brian Bell. Now, there are many great products you can find in this Mother's Day gift guide that I know mom would love to receive this Mother's Day. Well, one of them is Singer sewing machines. Now, Singer is a brand that's renowned with quality, and you can find that here at Brian Bell with our Singer sewing machines. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. Those are our mothers. I am sure mom would absolutely love and appreciate a new Singer sewing machine as a Mother's Day gift, especially if she's the person that sews your clothes for you. You know, fixes those ripped shorts, work pants and shirts. Well, this is a great opportunity for you to replace that old sewing machine she has with a new one from Brian Bell. Our Singer Simple sewing machines are a great gift idea this Mother's Day. Not only do they come in cool colors like aqua and raspberry, but they're also very functional and can help you sew all your clothes. This sewing machine comes complete with 23 built-in stitches, so you can choose the best one for your tasks. It has a 35 stitch function plus a 4-step buttonhole function to create the best buttonhole on your next project. Now, the next product that I want to bring to your attention is this Singer Overlock sewing machine. Also another great sewing machine that you can find in Brian Bell. This Singer Overlock sewing machine has many features about it, which include 4-3 stitch configuration, 1,300 stitches per minute, color-coded lay-in threading system, a differential feed, 4-thread mock stretch stitch, 3-thread overlock stitch, 3-thread mock stretch safety stitch, and a flat lock stitch. Also, our B-Mom's favorite competition is up and running, so you might just win something extra simply by shopping here at Brian Bell. It's not just limited to the home centers here in Port Moresby, but nationwide to all 8 home centers. And what are you going to win? Well, you might just win a 500 kina gift voucher to be spent at any home center nationwide. So come on in and shop, and you might win that 500 kina gift voucher and buy something for your mom. You must note that this is not just limited to Brian Bell home centers in Port Moresby. This is extended to all our 8 home centers around the country: Kokopo, Lae, Medang, Goroka, Mount Hagen, Gordons, Boroko, and Vision City. No matter where you are in the country, shop with Brian Bell and you might just win. So how can you enter? Well, it's simple. All you have to do is shop here at Brian Bell. 50 kina gets you 1 entry form, 100 kina gets you 2 entry forms, 500 kina gets you 10 entry forms. The more you spend, the greater your chances are of winning. Now, once you get your entry forms, all you have to do is fill in your details, drop it into the draw box, and if your name gets picked, then you'll win something extra this Mother's Day, so you can use that to buy something for your mom. And as if that's not enough, we have a store grand prize which will be drawn at the end of the competition. This is a 2,000 kina gift voucher from Brian Bell to be spent at any of our home centers. There will be one winner each from all home centers around the country. This is a great way to show your mom you appreciate it this Mother's Day. Shop with Brian Bell now and win. Well, it seems we've come to the end of the segment, folks. Now, I know you've seen there's some great gift ideas available in our gift guide from Brian Bell. So come on in, pick one up, and you'll see some great products like our Singer Simple and Singer Overlock sewing machines. Come on in, check it out for yourself. Also, if you don't have time to come down to the shop and physically pick up one of these gift guides, then I urge you to go onto our website, www.brianbellgroup.com, and download the PDF version. It's the same thing but in a soft copy, so you can save it onto your phone or any other mobile device, carry it around with you, and the same products are in there. Check it out and pick out something for your mom. Now, if you're worried that you're going to miss out on shopping here at Brian Bell because you work 8 to 5, then don't worry, my friend. You can go to our Vision City outlet and shop there. They're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. so you can do all your shopping after hours, and they have all the same products on at the same specials according to the gift guide. So go over there and shop after hours. Now, our B-Mom's favorite competition is also up and running. So simply shop here at Brian Bell and you might win a 500 kina gift voucher or even the grand 2,000 kina gift voucher for your mom. So come on in, shop, 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 and you just might win. And always remember, quality products, great services, and great value. That's Brian Bell. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.
Amazing products with amazing prices. Now, the single sewing machine and the overlookers are one of the specials on the shelves right now at the Brandwell Home Centers and other retail stores nationwide. Now, we're going to head out for a quick breather. When we come back, I have another DIY to show you, so stay watching. Welcome back to the show, everyone. If you just tuned in, this is House and Home. So glad to have your company. Now, for another DIY this week, we have for you the lace tablecloth. It's a very simple DIY, something that you can try in less than 5 or 3 minutes if you get the hang of it. So let's take a look. Hello, Olgata. Thank you through long stop when they meet. This is Home Decors with House and Home. I'm so glad you could join me. Now, for this edition, I will be showing you how to make a simple laced tablecloth. Now, this is a very simple project. So I have my plain fabric here. It's a little bit thick. I also have my lace, a pair of scissors, tape measure, and my sewing machine. You will notice that I don't have my pins because I will show you later in the process why you don't need pins. So let's get started. For the measurements, I have my fabric now on the flat surface. I have my tape measure here. So the measurements will be 29 and a half by, let's say, 22 and a half. So 29 and a half by 22 and a half. That's how big the tablecloth is. All right, so once you're done with your measurements, the next thing you do is fold in your fabric 1/4 inch and another 1/2 inch in to start sewing. So this is how it should look like. You fold in a 1/4 inch and another 1/2 inch and make a straight stitch all the way around. So the same process will apply on all 4 sides. So you're just folding in and sewing until you reach the other end. So I'd like to start with my back stitch and sew all the way around. When you're folding in from the edge, make sure it's neatly done and sewn using a straight stitch. Sewing a plain tablecloth without laces is super easy. It's just sewing the sides and that's it. However, applying laces is an extra method to add more flavor to the plain-looking tablecloth. Slot that in. Apply straight stitch on all 4 sides and be sure to maintain the seam allowance. There you go. Here's how the edges will look like after sewing all 4 sides. The final step is to apply the lace all around. four corners of the tablecloth. Something like this. It doesn't have to be up here, just start somewhere here. This is the type of lace I chose to apply. It's silky brown and fancy. When you're choosing your laces, make sure there is uniformity in combining props for your tablecloth. Here's the reason why I didn't have to use pins. I am just placing the lace right on top of the tablecloth along the edges and simply sewing all the way around. With your tablecloth having four corners, what you do is let the needle remain lower in the sewing machine where the bobbin is. Let it stay there. Lift up the presser foot and gently turn to continue sewing the lace along the edges. The same process will apply to the other four corners. Once you're done, sew the lace just a little bit down, say just 1 inch, and you're done. And this is our simple laced tablecloth. You can sew a different size according to the size of your table at home. Now, if you want a written method, like I always say, visit our Facebook page, give us a thumbs up, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. So until the next time, do keep an eye out for more home decors. With Haus and Home, it's goodbye for now. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, WANTOK Clothing has been in operation for almost 3 years, and we are delighted to have Genevieve tell us a bit about how they've started and how they're doing now and what they expect to achieve in the future. So let's take a look.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this segment of Fashion and Beauty. Today we have one of the most talented Papua New Guinea designers, and that's Miss Genevieve Igarafalewai. Yes. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Yes, it's fine.
She's also the designer, the owner, and the founder of WANTOK Clothing. Now, I'm not going to tell you about her. We're just going to hear her tell her side of the story. So thanks so much for having us here to you know, come and just hang around with you and get to see what goes on behind the scenes. And well, I believe this is your workshop.
Yes, sure. I mean, thank you, Nicole. Thanks to you and the team for having us on the show. Yeah, this is our little workshop, and we call it the workshop because this is where, let's say, we say all the magic happens. And basically, we're a cottage-based business, so we operate out of home. We rent this place here because it's more affordable than corporate locations, and it suits our needs, especially in terms of our business, which specializes in textiles printing.
Okay.
So at the moment, we're just standing here underneath the house. Underneath the house is where all the printing takes place.
Feels so homey.
Yes. So, you know, it's a small setup, but from a small setup, we're able to do a lot. We do all our textile printing by hand, including the making of our own screens. And so when we print fabrics, we do that down here. We process them down here, like the washing and heating and things. We have our t-shirt machine, or jig, which, yes, so it's called a jig. It holds the screens for t-shirt making specifically. And yeah, everything we need for printing is down here. When we need to wash our screens, wash the fabrics with the washing machine, hang them out to dry and cure in the sun, you know, it's got the space. So that's part of, that's a small part of our workshop, one part of our workshop.
Wow. So I usually go to the boutique that you have at the Vision City area.
Yes.
And when I see it, I'm like, wow, I wonder where the warehouse is. And thanks for giving us the opportunity to come and like actually see what goes on here. Now, how many number of staffs do you, how many staff members do you have here?
In total, we have 12 staff. So we have, at the moment, I think we have 7 of us here in the workshop. And, oh, no, maybe there's 8 of us here and 4 at the shop now. So the shop, yeah, it's our little boutique. We have visions for that, and we're still growing that, you know, one step at a time. But the shop, I guess, is really, when you see the shop, you can't see where the work happens or what's really behind it. And I guess that's what you see here in the workshop. We don't have a big fancy setup or warehouse or anything like that. You know, we're still home-based, but we've always believed that if we start small and do the right things, you know, eventually we'll get there. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a small setup. It's much more affordable for us. So long as we can create our products and create quality products, then that's the most important thing. It doesn't really matter where you start your business, whether it's at home or if you can afford another space, then, you know, good on you too.
WANTOK Clothing, how did you come about setting it out?
Well, I guess it's always been maybe you can say it was a hobby. So Henry Iaro is my creative partner. He's from Eastern Highlands. He's a professional full-time art teacher now at Badihagwa High School. So he's an old friend of our family. And I guess the relationship started with my mom and himself. He would make wonderful textiles, and my mom was really passionate about buying those and making clothes. So, you know, we had this relationship ongoing for many years since we were little. And I went away to study, and when I came back, I worked for a bit. But, you know, we had always talked over the years, oh, one day we'll set up something, one day we'll make a shop. And then, you know, when I finished working in my other job, I said, maybe now is the time. Maybe we'll try it out, you know. So we as 2 different families came together, and you know, we used to go and set up at the craft market, and we did some shirts, and, you know, we just wanted to see, okay, would it work or not? Was there demand? And to our surprise, there was, and enough to give us, you know, work to be on a full-time basis. And I guess that's how kind of WANTOK Clothing came together and became.
So it's all about the WANTOKs.
Yeah, an entity, you know. And well, we chose WANTOK because actually it was my sister who came up with the name, and my mom the little logo. But basically we wanted something that was identifiable as Papua New Guinean. So in the Pacific or overseas, if you heard WANTOK, you'd know that it was a Papua New Guinean brand. And of course the meaning, you know, friendship, blood, it's a term of endearment. It can be anything, I mean, but it indicates a close relationship and something like a family and something with happiness. So I guess that's why we also chose that name. And then that's how the business started. And really, you know, we learn as we go. The market gives us certain demands, and we try and adapt, or, you know, we make something and we're surprised that people actually like it, or we're pleased about that, and we explore that side. And so, you know, we're into our 3rd year now, and it's really a learning process.
3 years?
Yes.
Wow, and with all the success that I've been reading in the newspapers and the magazine, that's interesting. Now, with the designs that you have, and I'm just watching the boys do the prints and all that, where do you get those designs?
Okay, so the print, our print creative director is Henry, as I mentioned. He, you know, he's, I would say he's from a generation that no longer exists, or they were trained in a different time, and they have a certain kind of style to their work. And I guess that's what I love most about Henry's prints. And so I mean, I don't really know how to explain it, but that's his style. But in terms of inspiration, you know, the inspiration can come from anywhere. We have prints like the one on the table that is inspired by, you know, tattoos on bodies, as well as something else like the designs around lime pot, or the way a turtle's shell looks when you look at its back, or, you know, the seed pods of the rain trees and how they open up, and, you know, you have little pods and things like that. So inspiration can come from everywhere. We like to call our prints contemporary Papua New Guinean prints, so it's kind of a fusion. We take inspiration from culture, and you will definitely see that, but sometimes, you know, it's not as obvious as, okay, that's a kundu, or that's you know, a pig's tusk. We do have those elements, but we also like to mix it around so it's more like, becomes like a pattern. And sometimes we feel that fits clothing better.
Okay. And with the fabrics, where do you get them? Is it imported overseas or locally sourced?
A mixture of both. So we do import some fabrics ourselves, especially for our corporate orders or for specific types of products like our scarf range, because we use high-end cashmere or pashmina, things like that. We import that directly ourselves. But we also, you know, buy from where everyone else buys, Tango and J-Mart, and, you know, wherever else they sell fabric, we go looking around, and then we bring that plain fabric here, and then we print it.
Okay. Now I understand you also have the sewing upstairs.
Yes.
And this is more your print workshop.
Yes, yes. So this is the print area.
And your lovely husband in the background.
Yes. They're printing some t-shirts today.
Okay, so this is the WANTOK design shirts for kids?
Yes, yeah, for kids, that's right. So we have souvenir t-shirts that we make, different PNG motifs. We sell them in our shop. We also supply to, for example, Teenage Min's duty-free shop. So it's just a combination of different prints that we've made, that Henry has created over the years, and some new ones recently that sell quite well, actually, because everyone wants to take home something easy from Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So
I'll take you upstairs?
yes, please.
Okay. We have a small setup for sewing. As you can see, you know, it's nothing fancy. We also still operate on domestic machines, but you know, we use what our budget allows.
All right.
But
and Henry's wife, you made a mention earlier.
yes, so Henry is my creative partner. This is his wife. Our two families work in the business together. This is Verena, or Bubu.
So she's also growing in the business as
Yes,
well.
yes. And I think that's the reality of like a PNG business and SMEs, you know. You want to do things, but you have a lot of realities around you. You have kids to take care of, you know, things that you can't just let go and leave and start something. So we are very aware of that, and we try to incorporate things like having a babysitter, or that, you know, it's okay for the boo-boos to come to work and we'll all, you know, enjoy and take care together. So I mean, I think that has allowed us to be effective. And as you can see, what we can sew here, we're self-taught, generally speaking. Although we may lack skills in certain areas, it hasn't stopped us from trying to learn. So we use YouTube, internet, books, whatever we can find to upskill ourselves. We do a lot of trial and error.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. And I guess from here, we work on mainly the basics for our shop. So we do little purses, the sarongs, the scarves, Mary blouse sets, Pacific Island sets, and basic, you know, men's clothing and ladies' clothing.
All right. As a designer, is it important to sew or not necessary?
Let's put it this way. I can do basic sewing, and I try to teach myself more and upskill myself. I think while it's not a necessity, it's an important part of the creation process, because while you can design something, how do you make that vision come alive? And unless you have the sewing skills, or someone you can work with very well who understands your vision to be able to create that, then it would be quite difficult. So I would say, you know, you don't have to know how to sew to be a good designer. You can always find good partners, but at the same time really understanding how garments are constructed and the foundations and fundamentals of sewing is very important. So yeah, I would say, you know, it doesn't hurt,
Yes.
put it that way.
All right. Well, if you don't know how to sew, that's a great advice from Genevieve. Genevieve, thank you so much for bringing us here. And viewers behind us, including Genevieve, you'll see the lovely ladies who actually, you know, sweat to get it sewed and put it out there for you to purchase at the WANTOK Clothing boutique at Vision City for you to purchase. And thank you so much. Just been here, it's actually inspiring. And I hope you viewers out there have learned something from Genevieve. So thank you again, and hope to see more designs coming out soon.
Thank you very much, Nicole.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go spend some time with your dogs because I saw you have two lovely dogs there, and then I'll head off. But thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for having
Oh,
us.
good.
Okay.
You are so cute. Wow, look, I met some friends. This is Archie and Maury. They're well-behaved dogs. So yeah, if you come to WANTOK Clothing, you get to meet some really good friends. Yay! Anyway, we had a wonderful time with Genevieve. At least now you know how she gets to make her products and her designs. And also, yeah, dogs. Sorry, I love dogs. Anyway, join us next time on our fashion tips right here on House and Home.
Very inspiring. Now that was Genevieve telling us the story about how WANTOK Clothing came to be, what they are doing, and what they plan to achieve in the future. So expect more of that. Now when we come back after the break, we have more gardening tips, so stay watching. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now this week on gardening, we've put together a few hacks that you can try at home to take care of your plants and your backyard garden. Here's what we have for you. Plants do not grow merely to satisfy ambitions or to fulfill good intentions. However, they thrive because someone expended effort on them. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on Gardening with House and Home. Today, I will be showing you a few gardening hacks that you can try at home. These are some of the simplest tricks and tips that you can apply in your flower garden. Now let's get straight into it. Are you that person who dumps eggshells after using or enjoying the good bit? Well, think again. Eggshells contain calcium carbonate, which is good for the soil. So today I will be showing you the fast hack, which is making your own compost using kitchen scraps and how to seed your vegetables using eggshells. Let's get to it. Now here are the items that you will need to make your compost or fertilizer. A blender, ground coffee, eggshells, some tomato seeds, and banana peels or skins. Combine all the ingredients into the blender and then mix well. So as you can see, I'm done combining the both ingredients. This is how it looks like. All right, now that you've seen the mixture, the next step we're doing is to remove all of this and add it, mix it together with the soil. So let's do this. I'm so excited. Yay. There you go. This is the mixture. The next step we're doing is to put all of this into this flower pot. So let me just do that. Now what we have here is the mixture, including the soil, the banana skin, and the ground coffee. The next thing I'm doing is to fill in the shells like I said earlier. So I'm just gonna pull these in and fill them up. Just like this. Using a stick, separate the soil in the eggshells to make way for your seeds. So I'm adding my tomato seeds now. how your seedlings will grow into after a couple of weeks. No watering can? No problem. This simple hack of an old plastic container will help you save time and money from going all the way to the shop to buy yourself a watering can to water your plants. Now we're going to be using an old plastic bottle to recycle into a watering can. So let's get straight into it. You will need a plastic container, a nail, hammer, and knife. Cut the container into half and make holes using nail and hammer. Finally, here's a simple tip that you can use to protect your plants, which are very, very fragile, using a plastic container as well. Let's see how it's done. What you will need: a plastic container, a knife. Cut the plastic container into half and place the top part of the container onto the fragile plant. Now, these are some of the simplest gardening hacks that we've put together for you that you can try at home. Some of the ways on how you can do your homemade fertilizer and your compost. Now, we have a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you on House and Home. These days, in the world of technology, inventors love to take it up a notch. Now we have Godfrey giving more information on cloud storage.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Tech People. So if you've been following us for a while, you might remember that a while ago I talked about something called cloud storage. Well, just last week at the Daytech Technology Forum, the Oracle Cloud Roadshow came through to Palm to talk about how useful this technology is, what it takes to use it, how to use it, and the general practicality of it in a country like ours. So basically, cloud storage is a service that allows you to store all sorts of information on a secure server on the internet. You can put really anything into cloud storage, like pictures, video, text documents. Services like this include Google Drive and Dropbox. Imagine a flash drive that you can take with you anywhere as long as you have an internet connection, except you don't have to carry this flash drive around with you. It's always there, wherever you go, as long as you have data. Cloud storage basically takes all the issues that come with physical storage and throws them out the window. Issues like the capacity of flash drives or hard drives, the physical dangers of having to keep them safe and secure, as well as keeping them in a physical location. Now, as cool as that might sound, there are a lot of issues that do come with this. One of the biggest being the ease of access to internet connection and data. It's just not that easy in a country like ours. Internet is expensive and ISPs are few and far between. So realistically, people just aren't going to use this service if they don't have access to it. And another major concern is security. I mean, if you put all your precious data onto a giant flash drive in the sky, how secure is that really? I mean, I do understand that cloud storage services do take measures to protect their information, but it'll never be as secure as putting them onto a completely disconnected device where the possibility of remote access is zero. Now, we actually got to talk to some of the representatives from Daytech and Oracle to talk about how they're going to implement cloud storage on a larger scale around Papua New Guinea.
So some of the largest banks and some of the largest communication companies across the globe, they run Oracle database, and these organizations are also running on Oracle Cloud. So at Oracle, we take data security very seriously, and Oracle database is a very secure database to run your mission critical data. We have different solutions to protect your data from different security threat points, be it external threats or be it internal threats. And we also have solutions that make sure that your application is also not vulnerable to hackers and security threats. So that's predominantly what we tried to explain today in the security session.
So for example, shopping. Girls love shopping, and with our Oracle technology, there's in US, they already adopted a lot of the big data technology. So when you walk into the shop or department store, the department store actually recognize you with the facial recognition, and then they can collect all your shopping history, what you buy, what you like, and even push information to you about promotion that is happening in the store, and then help you to actually select on your phone and then tell you where the item is based in the department store, and then also arrange a fitting room for you. And it can also notify your account manager or the store manager to come and help you provide more consultancy. And we have customers who go in and buy wedding dresses, and then the technology can help them, and then they actually can also looking at certain stuff and then buy more for their friends and families. And then when they go home, they can actually publish the experience on their social media, on Facebook, and say, whether it's good. After that's published, it then check back to the department store and then to actually provide them even better service.
It's actually a catch-22 situation. You are very right that this internet cost is expensive, it's not very reliable, it's difficult as well. But on the other side, if you look at maintaining a computer system, that's also expensive. Power is expensive. So when you have an infrastructure for yourself, like for the customer, it becomes expensive as well. Using the cloud computing, you don't need to invest on the servers what you need to put in the in-house. So that can be handled by our data center, which we have got it already. Talking about the communication, that's the internet access. It is expensive, yes, but it's still like if it is used like Port Moresby or NCD area, that is okay, because it does not need to have the international gateway. And that is the reason if hosting a cloud environment overseas may not be practical, may not be expensive, but hosting it locally makes it much more cheaper and more reliable, a little bit more reliable as well. So as I said, it's still a catch-22 situation, but it has improved, and we expect that it's going to improve in the future as well.
Now, apart from the obvious reasons why cloud storage would be helpful to a single consumer, Oracle's main concern is using this data on small and larger businesses, because to them, information storing and processing is a lot more of a concern. But as expected and stated before, the main issue with cloud storage is the cost. I mean, in order for the average person to retrieve their data from the cloud, they're going to have to spend money and data just to get that information, to re-download it. Seeing as data itself is actually still quite costly in a country like ours, this presents the biggest problem. It's unnecessary to spend the amount of data when I can actually just carry a flash drive with music, movies, games, images, and anything really, rather than having to re-download these things over and over again every time I want to use them. Because of this, there'd actually be very few people in this country who would be always online like that in order to process this amount of information. I mean, around the world, it would be commonplace. But thanks to amazing companies like Telecom, internet service like this are becoming more of a norm. Internet rates and speeds offered by them really make cloud storage not only a possibility, but a necessity. Taking out all of the costs that come with internet access, ISPs like Telecom will make cloud storage so much easier to use and a lot more popular. So what do you think about cloud storage? Do you think that's where society's headed? Do you think we're close to it? Or do you think we're quite far off? Well, whatever you think, tell us all about it on the Haus and Home Facebook page, or you can email us. Anyway, it's back to the studio now with me and Teresa. I'll see y'all next week.
Very educational, informative. Thank you so much, Godfrey Man. Now I know what cloud storage is. Anyways, we've come to the end of our show. Just as much as I've enjoyed your company, I hope you've enjoyed mine too. Now, if you need more information, please visit our Facebook page, like it, comment, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to see more of in the coming episodes. On behalf of the entire House and Home team, pleasant viewing. Good night.